The Reggae Boys will go up against the second greatest player of all time if they are to qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
Jamaica have a lifeline. How about this?
Big up Gunnaz. I hear that. Don't know some of the Gunnaz myself, but big up Gunnaz.
Hello and welcome back to the Gunnaz podcast. I'm your host, Dicanio, an Arsenal fan that covers everything Reggae Boys and local football. If you enjoy the content that I do on this channel, remember to hit that like button. Every single video I do on this channel, people must get to 200 likes. That's all I ask. Thousands of you guys watch, and I only ask 200 of you guys to like the video. So just go ahead and hit that like button. Also, most importantly, we're trying to get to 6,000 subscribers before the end of this month. So just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for the support this year. And I know so we're going to take it on to bigger heights in the new year. So let's finish this year on a strong. Let's go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you have not as yet done so. And that will be my Christmas gift from you guys, right? So basically in this video, I'm going to be talking about the Reggae Boys, right? And the fact that we have the chance to play against Cristiano Ronaldo if we are to qualify for the World Cup. Now, as you guys know, we have New Caledonia that we have to face in Mexico next year in March. And we also, if we are to win that game, we will go up against DR Congo. Now, if we are to beat those two teams, we will play in the FIFA World Cup 2026 against Portugal, Uzbekistan, and Colombia. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that is a favorable group, right? I think the easiest groups are the first three because since there are the hosts of the World Cup, Canada, America, and Mexico, they were drawn in pot one, which means that they got teams from pot 2, 3, and 4, which would suggest to me that, hey, they have an actual easy group. The first three groups, those look like a really cheat code type of group, right? And the FIFA World Cup, the real FIFA World Cup, looks like it starts after those three groups. But again, that's the thing that they get when they are hosting the World Cup. They get that favoritism of being in pot one. And the fact that there are more teams in this World Cup just means that all of those teams are spread all across. The big teams are spread all across pot one, which means that you're not going to have that group of death that we usually have when we have 8 groups in the World Cup. Right now it reached, we are L. Right? So L, we don't even know how much groups at. That about 12 groups or so. So it's way more, which means that those top teams really have an easier pathway into the knockout stages, as opposed to when you used to have 3 top teams in a one group and 2 of them, and only 2 of them could make it out, right? So it makes for an exciting World Cup. We could still see upsets because this is football. Let's look at last World Cup of Saudi Arabia, box up Argentina on day one. If these teams do not show up from day one, they can get caught out. Now, before we head into Jamaica and talking about Jamaica, I'm going to go through the groups and just give my review about what I think about those groups. So, Mexico, it was drawn in Group A versus South Korea, South Africa, and also the UEFA playoff winner from Group B. So, there's going to be a UEFA playoff winner from Europe, and whoever wins that playoff will be in that group. And so far, people, this looks like a very, very soft group. You have Mexico, South Korea, South Africa. The funny thing with this as well is that Mexico played against South Africa on the opening game of the 2010 World Cup. And now, fast forward, how much years now? 16 years later, Mexico is hosting the World Cup, and they will play against South Africa, who have not been in another World Cup since the last time they hosted. These World Cup stories just always seem to be a full circle moment. You always have some sort of pattern or some sort of wow, that really happened, the type of thing whenever a World Cup comes around. It's almost guaranteed, and this is one of them. South Africa hosting the World Cup in 2010, playing Mexico on their first game. Now, Mexico is hosting it in 2026, and they will play South Africa on that first game. So, Group A, okay, definitely not a group that everyone is going to be excited to watch. Group B, similar. They have Canada, Switzerland, Qatar, and also the UEFA playoff winner of Group A, right? So again, this group, I think everybody in this group will feel as though they have the chance to make it through to the knockout round. Group C is where majority of us Jamaicans will be looking at, especially if Jamaica does not make it, and that is Brazil, Morocco, Scotland, and Haiti. People, this group I think is going to be slightly challenging because Scotland on their day can beat any team on their day. Morocco, as we know, went to the semi-final of the last World Cup. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that group pans out. But I fully expect Brazil to get through. And if they don't, it will be simply a failure, right? So we do expect Brazil to go through. Also, shout out to Haiti because they are in that group and they get to play against actual superstars. Group D is where we see the United States of America, Australia, Paraguay. People, I tell you about them early group, you know, they are so easy. I doubt anybody ever really look at these groups at all, people. I doubt it, right? Now, next up on the chopping block, we have Group E. So Group E is actually the group that we would have been drawn in if we had qualified automatically, because this is where Curacao sits. So, you know, them have Germany, Ecuador, Ivory Coast, and Curacao. No, if Jamaica is to qualify via the playoffs, this that could really be a blessing in disguise, people, because at the end of the day, you have to play against a top African team that went to the AFCON finals and won the AFCON finals. So this is AFCON champions that you're going to have to play against. You're going to have to play against an Ecuador team that is a very, very good team. Pierre Hincampi from Arsenal. You know, you have Caicedo, and you have other players as well that they're looking to get in. I mean, even though they have Ena Valencia, same way, but that's the type of caliber player that Ecuador has. And then you know you have the Germany that is a powerhouse in world football. I think this would have been a harder group as opposed to having a group with Colombia, Portugal, and Uzbekistan. I don't see a weakness in this group. And can you call Curacao a weakness? They would be the weakest team in this group. If we are to get through, I don't think Uzbekistan is a better football team than Jamaica. So we would at least come third in that group, right? So I think if we can qualify, we would have dodged a bullet. Not saying that we shouldn't have qualified directly, but in hindsight, I think we would have definitely dodged a bullet if we are to beat those two teams and qualify, because having to play against Germany, Ecuador, and Cote d'Ivoire in a World Cup, that would have been a harder task than to play Uzbekistan, Portugal, and Colombia. Group F, you know, you have Netherlands, you have Japan, you have Tunisia, and you also have the UEFA playoff winner from Group B in their playoffs. And here, people, Netherlands, Japan, Tunisia. And again, the thing with this World Cup is you're not going to see a lot of groups of deaths. But I think it's a kind of blessing in disguise, because what happens a lot of time in international football is that, especially in the World Cup, a lot of these big teams will take those smaller teams for granted, and those smaller teams will nick something from them. We've seen it in the past when Mexico wasn't really that big of a team. Mexico nicked some points off of some teams. We've seen Costa Rica do it in a group of death in the 2014 World Cup. We've seen Morocco do it before in the last World Cup. There are dark horses in all of these competitions, and even though it seems as though these groups are easy peasy for the top teams that were seated in pot one, it's definitely going to be challenging, especially when you have a Japan. You have another European team that is coming through in playoffs. Remember, you have Wolipa team in that playoffs. You have Italy that's in the playoffs. You have Denmark in the playoffs. You have I think Sweden. Did Sweden make it? I don't think Sweden make it. They finished at the bottom of their group. But you have a whole lot of teams in that playoffs that are actually good teams, but it's just that it's so competitive in Europe that those quality teams did not make it automatically, right? So definitely look out once those qualifications for Europe are done. These groups will definitely look stronger than they are right now. Next after group, so I did group E, I did group F. Now we are going to do group G. That has Belgium, Ireland, Egypt, New Zealand. Again, people, this looks like a very, very easy group for Belgium. Yeah, we know Ireland always come and then we score goals, but the backline is crap. You don't know what to expect from Egypt, to be honest. I think the last time they were in the World Cup, they had a very bad or poor display. And I think that was the 2018 World Cup. So yeah, people, you really don't know what to expect, and obviously New Zealand always points back. Every World Cup. They always make it, but they always points back. Group H, we have Spain, Uruguay, Cape Verde, and Saudi Arabia. Now, I think this group is going to be very, very interesting, and it's going to be one of the groups to watch out for. Cape Verde, they qualified automatically. Those were, I think they were the team that knocked out or put Nigeria down into the playoffs, where they eventually dropped out when Congo beat them. So Cape Verde is a very good team. I think they can be a dark horse in this competition or in this group. Saudi Arabia is always going to be Saudi Arabia. You never know what you can get from them, especially due to the fact that their league is developing. You never know. They might have some star players that we not even know about that help and boost their team. Uruguay is a World Cup regular, won the first ever World Cup. And then you know, say you have Spain with Lamine Yamal and all of them. So that's going to be a very interesting group. And I think it's one that I'm going to specifically keep my eyes on. Next up, which group am I going to call it, people? All right, Group J. So that is Argentina, Austria, Algeria, and Jordan. Again, this is one of them group that where you just you expect Argentina to win all these matches or for win on top of the group. Austria players at it like one time, all of them might get old. Algeria players might get old as well. Mahrez, the all of them Monday. Jordan, don't even know who the hell play for Jordan, right? So yeah, man, easy group for Argentina. Obviously, you know, Group K is where Jamaica was drawn with Portugal, Colombia, Uzbekistan, and the winner of the World Playoff one, which is either us, North Caledonia, or Congo. So we know too much them. This is a group that we're going to be in, people. Portugal, Colombia, and Uzbekistan, where the players will actually get a chance to play against the second best player in history. Because we all know that Messi is a GOAT, right? So them get a chance to play against the second best player in history. Richard King would have played against Messi. Most of those players actually would have played against Messi as we played them in a friendly. Well, not most. The ones that were there about 4 years ago, right? They would have played against Messi in a friendly. So, yeah, you then play against Messi a couple times, and now them have the chance to play against Cristiano Ronaldo, right? If that is not motivation, I don't know what kind of other motivation you want apart from a World Cup. Cristiano Ronaldo, you can get the chance. Suppose all you get the chance for y'all snatch all a draw, y'all beat them boy. That you get the chance to put yourself on a world stage. Everybody's gonna be watching Portugal. If you go in that game, even if Jamaica lose, and you go in that game and put in a good performance, you know, say you're all man like Stephens. Them man, they are going at them playoffs, they're hungry. People, one of them players, you realize, say, World Cup is not just World Cup. World Cup is an opportunity where you can get. After a World Cup is like a shopping market. You see me? When you go in at the market there, if you're a product in at the market there, and you look like top quality in the market there, you can get a contract as soon, the same summer as World Cup done, you can get a contract, bro. So if you go in at that first game against Portugal, even if we saw country lose and you shine, just know say you have scouts and you have people out there for your signature. You see me? That alone should be enough motivation. If you don't care about the country, care about yourself and go out there go win them too much, the people. You have the chance to play against Portugal and Colombia. You know how much eyes are going to on the game there, especially Portugal game, people. And we would have played Portugal first, you know. You know how much eyes are going to on Portugal first game against Jamaica if we make it. That alone is motivation for go out there and mash up some side, dog. For your career. You go out there and you have a good game, you play the game of your life, and you get the contract of your life. Man like Steve Foster there, bombard Russia now in a relegation side and can't break through in Europe the right way. They go into that the game there with their pace and all take on. What them name? Stinking Diogo Dalot them. Idiot bombard. What them boy name Nelson Semedo? Them idiot right back there with Portugal off. They go take on them man there whipping across panel balls ahead and will score. All if a 5-1 we get. Do you the man them with a fear terrorize the man them on the wing? They you know feel they get a contract. And them thing they man them fear pre going into World Cup, bro. World Cup playoffs. Go mash up them two little idiot side dog and get the chance to play the game of your life and get the contract of your life right after. You see me? Me don't know what other motivation them have than to play the second greatest player of all time. In the game of your life, we can get to the contract of your life. Double, triple your salary if you perform well in that game day. That alone should be motivation for them boy, dog. You see me, people? So the final two groups would be France, Senegal, Norway, and another. And the winner from Iraq, Suriname, and the next playoff game there, bro. But this group, I think, is a group of death. This is the real group of death. You have whole heap of playoff, whole heap of matchups. You know, you have Mbappe against Haaland, France versus Norway. People may tell you, say them script writers, you just always have to make it set up perfect for some good storylines. See? Mbappe versus Haaland. France versus Norway. Then you know you have Senegal, we have the whole kill of them from Africa. Zine, and then you can get a dark horse or a little that side after. That's going to be a good group. And then finally, you know you have England, Croatia, Panama, and Ghana. That's another good group, right? Very, very good group. Croatia, you know, full of be a old man, but them always go to fight. And them a hustler. For some set a white man, them are the realest. It come like you put some black man mentality in a some white man. Or so them just play like some real hustler on the field, bro. Croatia. Them find ways, even if them not play good, them find ways to beat teams in international competition. Right? And then you know you have Panama, Ghana, and England who will be favorites for that group. So, yeah, people, that's basically it. A full roundup of the groups to the World Cup. And again, what more motivation do these Reggae Boyz need than for no say, if you can win them too much, yeah, you go play against Cristiano Ronaldo on the World Cup stage. Biggest game of your life, right? Playing for your contract. And that them man, if you go out there thinking, you go out there and play against Ronaldo and Portugal for your contract. And you think you perform good against the side, even if you get a draw, even if you scrape and lose last minute, lose 2-1, but have a good performance, jeez, yo, the amount of people who are on a shop around Jamaica market, bro. Especially if you are playing a man like Cephas and Cephas, take them immediately, where them have a right back. Because we know him can do it, his pace is threatening. And you know a team like Portugal, them are going to want possession, them are going to let spaces open, and Cephas is a dark horse, they don't really know him. So they are going to let the space there, and then the man, them will say, one counter. And we go so books and get the one counter there for a score. You see, whole place I say, who is this Cephas? You see me? That for the man, them brain people. But that's it for this video. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you guys are thinking about these draws. Also, finally, before I leave, the fixtures drop. So Jamaica, if we make it, our first game will be against Portugal, June 17th in Houston, Texas. Right? The second game is going to be against Colombia, June 23rd, Houston, Texas. And then the final game is going to be June 27th in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. People will got it. You see me? Because you them no job. None of them match them in Mexico for you them go watch Jamaica on them passport. You see me? So now you have to have a visa in order to go to those matches. See? So it's rough for all the fans out there with it. I hope some match I go there in Mexico so them can go oops on them passport, drop it in Mexico and watch couple match. Them fans they could have to watch it on them TV because you know America still visas right now. Them no business. You see me? Them no business at all. Them not letting nobody from Haiti, nobody from Iran, nobody from Iraq, nobody from certain country them now let in or give visa for World Cup. You see me? So that's a kind of dull moment. But yeah, people, share your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Jamaica have a lifeline. How about this?
Big up Gunnaz, I hear that. Don't know some of the Gunnaz myself, but big up Gunnaz.